Here's a look at some of the scores from last night's high school district hoops. Eastern beat Christian Academy 65-61 in the 28th district semifinal. Ballard destroyed KCD 92-59. PRP took control early to take care of Valley 91-47, and Moore beat Bullitt Central 63-49. It was Southern blowing past North Bullitt 54-31, while Manual clobbered Portland Christian 95-53. Doss squeezed out a tight 45-43 victory over Iroquois, and Mayo defeated Collegiate 47-44 in the 26th district semifinal in girls high school basketball. Assumption also destroyed Brown 76-13. PRP routed Fairdale 74-34. Seneca over Wagner 59-58, and Sacred Heart crushed Atherton 69-38. Those are just a few of the 271 boys teams and 268 girls teams competing all week in hopes of advancing to next week's region tournaments. And a man keeping a close eye on all the tourney action is Jason Frakes from the Courier-Journal. And Jason, thanks for joining us. And we were talking a minute ago, the madness has kind of started already a little bit.
Yeah, it has. Last night, tiny Augusta beat Mason County, Roman 800. Augusta, Roman 100, had never beaten Mason County. They're 0-29 against them last night, so a big win for Augusta over there, located in Bracken County.
And we're in the middle of districts right now. Region tournaments start next week. As you do every year, you give your region picks. Let's just go through a few of those. First of all, let's talk about what, in your opinion, what are some of the more hotly contested regions this year? Obviously, the 7th is always brutal, but you look at that first set of regions. What John Hardin in the 5th, they've been solid all year. Talk about that region.
Yeah, John Hardin's been solid. They have a tough game against E-Town tonight, I believe, in a district semifinal over there. I've already lost one of those 5 picks there. Davies County got beat last night in the 3rd region, lost to Owensboro Catholic. That's a really wide open region over there with Owensboro, Apollo, and Ohio County kind of leading the way in the 3rd.
Moving on to the 6th region, where Bullitt East, they've been solid all year. Any reason to suspect they won't get out of there?
I think they're the favorite. They won it 2 years in a row. I think PRP and Fairdale on a good night could give them a game, but I think Bullitt East is an overwhelming favorite. They're in the 6th.
In the 7th, Trinity and Ballard would have some battles over the years. You expect it to come down to those two again?
I really do. I think whoever wins, they'll probably meet in the 7th region tournament at some point. Whoever wins that game, I really think gets to the state final.
A team that's been ranked all year that hadn't gotten a lot of attention is Collins. Tell me about Collins a little bit.
Yeah, they have a really nice team over there. Des Marshall was named the 8th region player of the year. He's a 6'4" senior over there at Collins. They'll have to deal with South Oldham or Oldham County, whoever comes out of that other district, but I think Collins is a pretty good team to beat there in the 8th.
Moving on to the 11th region, the Lexington area, surrounding counties. That's always competitive. You've got Madison Central coming out of there.
Yeah, I think Madison Central, once you get past the big 3 here in Louisville, or the Louisville area of Bullitt, Trinity, and Ballard, I think Madison Central is the one team that can kind of get into that group, and if they get into the state tournament, has a chance to win the state tournament.
In the 15th region, Johnson Central, and they've got a player that a lot of people will be keeping an eye on in the next few weeks.
Yeah, Shane Hall, a big junior there, probably the top-ranked junior in the state, getting all kinds of Division I looks there.
All right, moving on to let's just talk about the girls briefly. This could be one of the more competitive and entertaining Sweet 16s if it holds serve and all 10. You know, you've got Owensboro Catholic, Marion County, Manual. Just talk about who do you like? Who, if you could pick out 4 or 5 teams you think will have a shot to cut down the nets, who do you like at this point?
I think Marion County is an overwhelming favorite. They're 30-0. They're undefeated this year. They're ranked number 6 in the state. They've only been tested 1 or 2 times all year, really. I think they're an overwhelming favorite going into this. But once you get past Marion County, I think there's 14 of the 15 other teams that make it to the state tournament will have a chance. I think Manual has a good team. If they can get out of the 7th, they can make a run. Butler or Mercy, whoever wins the 6th region, I think has a chance to make a run.
And Miss Basketball, Michaela Epps, Becca Greenwell, probably the 2 favorites. Is Greenwell, she's going to be hard to beat, I would imagine.
Yeah, she is going to be hard to beat. She entered the season as the overwhelming favorite. The only thing she has going against her is she's been hurt a lot of the year. She's only played about half of her team's games. So I don't know whether voters will hold that against her. Michaela Epps has had an outstanding season at Marion County. You look at the numbers she's put up. if there's ever been a year to have co-winners, I think Becca Greenwell and Michaela Epps are both deserving. I think it's going to come down to, do you see it as a Lifetime Achievement Award or who's had the better senior season?
Is there a challenger out there for Derek Willis right now for Mr. Basketball?
I don't think so. I think he's an overwhelming favorite, although in our 6th region player of the year voting, Rusty Troutman's getting as many votes as Derek Willis. I don't know if that will translate on a statewide basis. Dominique Hawkins at Madison Central has had a great senior year. Daryl Hicks at Trinity was sort of in the running when the season began, although he's been injured now too, so I think that's probably hurt his chances.
All right, Jason, thanks for joining us, and be sure to keep up with all the high school playoff action by reading Jason in the Courier Journal at courierjournal.com.